Welcome back to stage two. And this is updating your personal website. And as a branding expert and an executive recruiter, of course, I'm a big fan of personal websites. As you can imagine, the tens of thousands of resumes and profiles I've seen, it's been so much fun through the years experiencing, executives in a different way by getting to know them personally better and learning things that I didn't know before. And especially with a lot of the execs I've known for years and didn't know things about them until they built their personal website. So, and over the last multiple years, the impact too of the websites that members have given me feedback on from not only their network, but the interviewing process, it's really, as they say, broke the ice when it came to meeting somebody new, clearly memorable when it comes to somebody they know too. So obviously, one of the things we've learned over the years with LinkedIn, and no one really changes their LinkedIn profile much. No one really looks at it consistently, not only because we don't communicate with our network well enough, but it doesn't really change and evolve very much. So the whole goal with this is, while your experience may not change, we want the personal side to be evolving on your website. So your network starts to get comfortable with coming and looking back at it occasionally. And the goal is get to know you a little bit better, learn something they may not ask or know from just talking with you. So we're going to use Barry here. So under our personal website, we're going to go hit edit. So just this process should be really quick. This should not be a long time. You shouldn't be spending a week on updating your website here. This should take you, 30 minutes to an hour to update. So some of the key things you want to look at is your background picture. So that's something that we want to change before we communicate with our network. So if you go to the holiday campaign thing here, you'll see some examples of websites. You also know that under the Phello Insights section, if you scroll down here, you can see other examples of websites. So lots of examples, but you want to make sure it's changing. It doesn't have to have your face in it, but it should be evolving and changing, not every week, but a few times a year. And this is one that should change. Another thing, if you've had any success stories, again, for some of the members that haven't communicated in a little while, you should be updating this. The whole goal of using accomplishments is, your career is not over. So this should be adding to it, right? Over time. I'm sure you're going to have some more success stories. And as you get into, your experience. So if you change jobs, if you've been promoted, we want to make sure we update this. In Barry's case, he's really starting to grow a consulting practice. So, one of the things I want to focus on is, building a, all of you, if you're communicating with your network, which hopefully most of you are, you should start to see consulting advisory board, especially as we decline, in hiring, executive consulting release increases. Companies need help to get through these difficult times. So it's important for you, while our goal, with our holiday message isn't necessarily looking for a job or a board role, that I want your network to start to see that you're involved in things outside of your current company. So Barry obviously has a company site now, but we want to start to grow and show the consulting projects you're working on inside your experience. If you want to let your network know about what your consulting practice does, feel free to create a website, but your personal website should start to provide a list of the different projects that you're working on. Now, if you're going to do board roles, they should be treated like companies. That's different. Consulting projects, we don't have a list of 10 consulting projects, but, being that the median age and fellows in the early 60s, everybody should start, I don't care if you're in the mid, early 50s or 60s, or even in mid to late 70s, the whole retirement and evolving to, consulting advisory and board is a big part of everybody's lives. So let's make sure, that we're adding that to our website. If you don't have an update, then you don't have an update. That's okay too. And then the last thing here is, why did you pick your background picture? This is something that needs to change. So, many of you, all you'll do is change your background picture and your question, your answer to your question here. That's it. That's okay. It doesn't have to be big changes. It's not what it means. And some people have more changes. And if you have a big change or something that you want to write, let us review it. Again, that's the value prop of Phello, is we're here to critique it before you present it. Just a quick reminder, when you save things, it doesn't go public, right? You have to actually publish it before it goes live. And underneath here is where your website link is. You can make it public or private. In this case, Barry made it private, which is searchable. You don't have to, but you, no matter what changes you make here, until you hit publish, it doesn't go live. If you want us to review it, send to us. We'll critique it. We'll get feedback to you. It's important, especially with major changes, to get some, to have somebody review it. And then, again, the goal with this is have fun with it, evolve with it. It's okay to update, there's no perfect website, but the point is have fun with this and allow people to get to know you and experience you and remember you a little bit better. So update this. If there's no major updates, then you don't need us to review it. But if you do, send it along to us. Other than that, I always look forward to critiquing and looking at your websites. All right. Have fun with this process. And then when you're done, it's time to jump on to stage 3. Have a great day.